5 million people use the city subway system daily, but probably never notice who's also riding with them on this crowded downtown 1 train and on this platform in Times Square. They're hard to spot, blending in, or at least 2 plainclothes police officers. Do you know that you're standing next to a police officer right now?
I am. Are you a police officer?
I'm not, but there's one right next to you.
That's amazing. Now that makes me feel really good.
And that's the point for members of the NYPD's anti-crime team in Transit District 1, covering Columbus Circle, Times Square, and Rockefeller Center. It's one of the department's special units that prevent and fight crime underground.
We look out for a lot of sex crimes, gropers, pickpockets.
While they almost look invisible in a crowd, looking distracted but watching everything that looks out of place.
Someone that is lingering around on the trains, moving back and forth on the trains, as in going through the train car doors.
Last month alone, 261 incidents were reported to police. That's 60 more incidents than the same time last year. Almost a 30% increase in crimes happening in the subway. Inspector Raimundo Mundo is in charge of all transit districts in Manhattan. He tells Pix 11 the department's approach to subway safety is not only reactive, but proactive as well.
Omnipresence is big for us. The more officers you see, the safer you're going to feel. More than likely, less crime is going to occur at that station, and people are going to be able to go about their way without fearing that I don't see an officer, fearing that, something's going to happen to me.
Since the beginning of the year, officers arrested about 500 people who have committed crime here and issued more than 4,000 summonses. Many of the suspects are repeat offenders.
He hit at 4-2 already, and we know his next station will be 5-0.
A call comes in about a possible repeat offender striking again.
We have to get him today.
A quick ride on the 1 train to 42nd Street to look for that suspect, but officers find nothing, so they regroup.
They are sleeping and their phones out, their bags open.
Being aware of your surroundings. It's a very busy area down here.
Simple tips to stay alert. And you never know, the person next to you may be on the job. And for them, it's personal.
Usually I take it as if it was one of my family members, make it as comfortable as possible for them.
And you just heard the officer there say he treats all of these passengers like his own family. And there's one misconception that the NYPD wants to clear up, is that officers are only underground to bust criminals. That's not the case. Police officers are there to help you in any way they can, Tamsin and Corey. And you saw those officers in the piece. They were plainclothes, not undercover, 2 different things. So it's okay if you recognize them.
Okay, so when you see these officers on the train, and perhaps you don't know that they're officers, but are they going after everybody, showtime folks, people going between train cars, or is it just the people who are committing these more vile crimes?
Well, they're looking for everything, but these officers, they're the real deal. They're looking for criminals, as you heard the officer there say, folks groping people, pickpocketers, taking cell phones, not so much the quality of life stuff.
I think important to note, it's not temporary, right? This is going on
forever with the NYPD. That anti-crime unit's been put in place a few years ago now, and they will continue.
Good.
All right.